A single mother went to her daughter's parent-teacher conference. When she walked into the classroom, her heart stopped. The teacher was Marcus, the man who had broken her heart and disappeared 8 years ago without explanation. Now he was standing in front of her, holding her daughter's report card, not knowing he was looking at his own child. Elena Rodriguez pulled into the parking lot of Riverside Elementary School in her small Honda Civic, glancing at her watch. She was late again. Her appointment with 7-year-old Sophia's teacher was scheduled for 4:30 p.m., and it was already 4:35. She had rushed from her nursing shift at the hospital. "Please don't be angry," Elena muttered to herself as she hurried down the school corridor. Sophia's grades this semester weren't great, and Elena knew why. Last month, Sophia had asked about her father, and Elena found herself dealing with what psychologists call father absence syndrome. She knocked on the door of classroom 204. "Come in," came a voice that sounded familiar, but Elena didn't pay attention to it. When she opened the door and stepped inside, her world turned upside down. Marcus Delacroix was sitting behind the teacher's desk. Despite 8 years having passed, it was impossible not to recognize him. The same dark brown eyes, the same warm smile, just with a bit of gray in his hair now. When he looked at Elena, shock reflected on his face. "Elena, is that you?" Elena's breath caught. This couldn't be possible. Running into Marcus after 8 years, and as her daughter's teacher, no less. "Hello, Marcus," Elena said, trying to control her voice. "I'm here as Sophia Rodriguez's mother." Marcus stood up, still in shock. Sophia? Is your daughter?" "Yes." Marcus looked at the file on his desk. "Sophia Rodriguez, 7 years old, mother's name Elena Rodriguez. Father information, none." I didn't know," Marcus said. "How could you know?" There was a slight bitterness in Elena's voice. "You disappeared 8 years ago." Both fell silent. In the classroom, there were only walls decorated with children's drawings and tension. A single mother went to her daughter's parent-teacher conference. When she walked into the classroom, her heart stopped. The teacher was Marcus, the man who had broken her heart and disappeared 8 years ago without explanation. Now he was standing in front of her, holding her daughter's report card, not knowing he was looking at his own child. Elena Rodriguez pulled into the parking lot of Riverside Elementary School in her small Honda Civic, glancing at her watch. She was late again. Her appointment with 7-year-old Sophia's teacher was scheduled for 4:30 p.m., and it was already 4:35. She had rushed from her nursing shift at the hospital. "Please don't be angry," Elena muttered to herself as she hurried down the school corridor. Sophia's grades this semester weren't great, and Elena knew why. Last month, Sophia had asked about her father, and Elena found herself dealing with what psychologists call father absence syndrome. She knocked on the door of classroom 204. "Come in," came a voice that sounded familiar, but Elena didn't pay attention to it. When she opened the door and stepped inside, her world turned upside down. Marcus Delacroix was sitting behind the teacher's desk. Despite 8 years having passed, it was impossible not to recognize him. The same dark brown eyes, the same warm smile, just with a bit of gray in his hair now. When he looked at Elena, shock reflected on his face. "Elena? Is that you?" Elena's breath caught. This couldn't be possible. Running into Marcus after 8 years, and as her daughter's teacher, no less. "Hello, Marcus," Elena said, trying to control her voice. "I'm here as Sophia Rodriguez's mother." Marcus stood up, still in shock. "Sophia, is your daughter?" "Yes." Marcus looked at the file on his desk. "Sophia Rodriguez, 7 years old, mother's name Elena Rodriguez, father information, none." I didn't know," Marcus said. "How could you know?" There was a slight bitterness in Elena's voice. "You disappeared 8 years ago." Both fell silent. In the classroom, there were only walls decorated with children's drawings and tension. Marcus's face was pale. That night, I was very drunk. A lot had happened. Yes, like me telling you I was pregnant. Elena, I really don't remember, but if that's what happened, Elena stood up. "Marcus, I told you I was pregnant and you ran away. After that, I never saw you again." "Maybe it was a misunderstanding." "It wasn't a misunderstanding. You got scared and ran, and I raised Sophia alone." Marcus also stood up. "Elena, if I had really known." "Known what, Marcus? What would you have done differently?" Marcus couldn't answer. Elena continued. I looked for you for months. I asked your friends. Nobody knew where you were. Finally, I gave up. I I was very confused during that period. My father had died, school, anxiety about the future. I was confused too, 19 years old, pregnant, abandoned, but I didn't run away. Marcus sat down. You're right. I'm sorry. Elena also sat down. She was tired. Apologizing is too late, Marcus. Sophia is 7 years old. Can I see her? Can I talk to her? You're already seeing her if you're her teacher. No, as a father. Elena shook her head. No, you've been absent for 8 years. You can't just show up now and try to be a father. But I'm her father. No, you're not. You're just the person who provided genetic material. Being a father is much more than that. Marcus was silent. Elena continued. Sophia trusts you as Mr. Marcus, her teacher. Let's not break that trust. What about me? I want to get to know my daughter. Elena stood up. I came here to discuss Sophia's education. We can't discuss these personal matters here. Then, where can we discuss them? Elena hesitated. I don't know. Elena, please. I really didn't know. You didn't know because you didn't want to know. That's not fair. Fair? Elena got angry. Is it fair to tell Sophia I don't know when she asks who her father is? Is it fair to raise her alone? Is it fair to go through the nights when she was sick by myself? Marcus was quiet. Elena continued. I have to protect Sophia. You're not someone who will come into her life and then leave again. I won't leave. How do I know that? 8 years ago, I thought you wouldn't leave either. Marcus stood up. Elena, I've changed. I'm a teacher now. I help children. Good. Help Sophia as her teacher too. Elena picked up her purse, ready to leave. Elena, wait. Elena turned. What? Sophia? Does she look like me? Elena's heart tightened as very much. How so? You have the same eyes, the same smile. She's talented in math like you. Marcus's eyes filled with tears. Really? Yes, and she's very curious like you. She's always asking questions. I used to ask those questions too. I know, that's why it's hard sometimes. Marcus approached. Elena, I'm really sorry if I had known, but you didn't know, and now it's too late. Too late? Why should it be too late? Elena looked at Marcus. Because Sophia has a life now. She has friends, routines, people she trusts. I don't want to put her in this confusion. But she loves me as her teacher. Yes, as her teacher. Marcus sat down. So what am I going to do? See my own daughter and feel nothing? Don't feel, but don't tell her. This is very hard. It's hard for me too. Seeing her every day, seeing your eyes, remembering your smile is hard. Marcus looked at Elena. Do you still... No, Elena said firmly. I'm angry at you, very angry. I understand. Elena walked toward the door. How are Sophia's grades? Marcus looked at the file. Math is very good. Reading is improving, but she's having problems with social adjustment. What kind of problems? She can't fully connect with other children. She's a bit introverted. Elena was sad. This is my fault. Why would it be your fault? Because I can't provide her with enough social environment. I'm constantly working. Are you a nurse? Yes, I work night shifts at the hospital. Then who takes care of Sophia? Neighbor Mary. An elderly woman. She's very good but can't offer Sophia an active social life. Marcus thought, maybe I can help her. How? I can get her involved in after-school activities, math club, drama activities. Elena hesitated. Is this your job? Teaching doesn't just end in the classroom. I do everything I can for children's development. Elena softened a bit. Would Sophia want to participate in these? I can ask, if you give permission, of course. Elena thought. This opportunity could be good for Sophia's social development. Okay, but only teacher-student relationship, nothing else. Agreed. Elena opened the door. Marcus? Yes? Sophia is a very special child. Don't hurt her. I won't hurt her, I promise. Elena left and closed the door behind her. Marcus sat down and put his head in his hands. He had been seeing his own daughter for 7 years but didn't know it. A week later, Elena heard from Sophia that Mr. Marcus was showing her special attention. Mom, Mr. Marcus invited me to the math club, Sophia said excitedly. Math club? Yes, I'll solve difficult math problems with other children. It'll be so much fun. Elena smiled. If you want, you can join. Really? Thank you, Mom. Sophia ran to Marcus's classroom. Elena watched from behind. Marcus had seen her and smiled when he was talking to Sophia. That evening, Elena was thinking about the attention Marcus was showing Sophia. Maybe she had been too harsh. Maybe Marcus had really changed. The next week, Sophia came home very happy. Mom, Mr. Marcus is so good. He gives me special math questions and I always answer correctly. That's nice, sweetie. And you know what? He also likes chocolate ice cream like me. Elena's heart tightened. Marcus's favorite ice cream was also chocolate. Really? Yes. And he likes doing puzzles like me too. I'm bringing a big puzzle to school tomorrow. Elena began to worry. Marcus was getting too close to Sophia. The next day she went to school and found Marcus. I think you're getting too close to Sophia, she said directly. Marcus was surprised. Getting close? I'm just as her teacher. No, Marcus. You're starting to act like a father to her. I'm just taking an interest in her. You're taking too much interest. You're giving her special questions, sharing personal things with her. Is this wrong? Do you do the same things with other children? Marcus was quiet. Elena was right. You're treating Sophia specially because she's your daughter, but this isn't fair. I want to feel close to her, but she doesn't know your feelings. To her, you're just her teacher. Marcus sat down. You're right. I can't control myself. Be distant with Sophia. Don't hurt her. I would never hurt her. You're not hurting her now, but have you thought about how she'll feel when she becomes too attached to you and then learns the meaning of that attachment? Marcus thought. Elena was right. What should I do? Act like a normal teacher, nothing else. But Marcus couldn't do this. Every day he saw Sophia, found himself in her every movement, and felt proud of her. A month later, Sophia asked Elena a strange question. Mom, why does Mr. Marcus always smile at me? Elena felt alarm bells ringing. What do you mean? I don't know. It's like he loves me very much. Other teachers aren't like that. Elena panicked. Sophia was starting to notice. That night she called Marcus. We need to talk. Seriously, what happened? Sophia is starting to notice your behavior. Marcus was quiet. Let's meet tomorrow evening. Sophia will stay with Mary. Mary. The next evening they met at a cafe. Elena was nervous. Marcus looked guilty. Marcus, this can't go on like this, Elena said. I know, but I love her very much, Elena. She's your daughter, but you're not her father yet. When will I be? Elena paused. I don't know. Maybe never. This isn't fair. Life isn't fair, Marcus. You learned that 8 years ago. Marcus shook his head. Elena, I'm trying to remember why I left that night. Do you remember? Partially. When you said you were pregnant, I panicked. I felt too young. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready either, but I didn't run away. I know, and that's my biggest mistake. Elena was quiet. Marcus continued. But I'm ready now, Elena. I'm ready to be Sophia's father. Being ready 8 years later is easy, Marcus. The hard part is over. Is it over? I can still be her father. Elena thought. What are we going to tell Sophia? That you're her father? Yes. And then, will you continue being her teacher? Marcus hadn't thought about this. I don't know. Because if Sophia comes to school with her father, who is also her teacher, it will be very confusing. You're right, Elena continued. And I don't trust you, Marcus. I'm afraid you'll tell Sophia you'll be her father and then disappear again. I won't disappear. How do I know? Marcus thought. Because I'm a different person now, Elena. Teaching has changed me. I've learned that I have responsibility toward children. What about when Sophia becomes a special case, when there are problems between you two? There won't be any. Marcus, being a father isn't just beautiful moments. It means waking up with her at night when Sophia is sick, disciplining her, getting through the times when she's sad. I know. You don't know, because you've never done it. Marcus was quiet. Elena was right. Give me a chance, Elena. Elena thought for a long time. I have conditions. I'm listening. First, you'll act distant to Sophia as her teacher, like a normal teacher. Okay. Then I'll tell her who you are, but in my own time. When? I don't know. Maybe this year, maybe next year. Marcus was disappointed but agreed. Okay. And if Sophia wants to meet you, we'll start very slowly. Only weekend visits. Agreed. But Marcus, if you hurt Sophia even once, if you harm her, I'll remove you from her life completely. Marcus nodded seriously. I promise. Elena was thinking on her way home. Had she made the right decision? Sophia deserved to know her father, but there was also the risk of Marcus disappearing again. For the next 2 months, Marcus behaved as Elena wanted. He acted like a normal teacher towards Sophia. Sophia noticed this too. Mom, Mr. Marcus doesn't treat me like he used to anymore, she said one day. How so? I don't know. More distant, like he's bored with me. Elena was sad. Maybe she had asked too much of Marcus. That evening she called Marcus. Sophia noticed your behavior. I know, but you said, yes, but you don't need to be so cold. Just be normal. I understand. The next week, Marcus was more balanced. Sophia was also content. 3 months passed. Elena finally decided it was time to tell Sophia the truth. On a Saturday morning at breakfast, Elena turned to Sophia. Sophia, there's something I need to talk to you about. What, Mom? Elena took a deep breath. About your father. Sophia's eyes lit up. About my father? Where is he? Close by, very close by. Can I see him? Elena hesitated. Maybe, but first I need to tell you who he is. Who is he? Elena swallowed. Mr. Marcus. Sophia froze. Mr. Marcus? But he's my teacher. Yes, he's also your father. Sophia looked at Elena with confusion. I don't understand. Elena walked around the table and sat next to Sophia. Sweetie, Mr. Marcus is your biological father. Before you were born, he and I were together. Then why didn't he know he was my father? Elena was expecting the difficult question. Because before you were born, he left, and he didn't know you were born. Why did he leave? Because he was young and scared. Does he know now? Yes, he learned a few months ago. Is that why he was treating me specially? Elena was surprised. Sophia was very smart. Yes. So what happens now? I don't know, sweetie. What do you want? Sophia thought, I want to talk to him, but outside of school. Elena smiled. That can be arranged. That afternoon, Elena called Marcus. I talked to Sophia. What did she say? She wants to talk to you. Marcus got excited. Really? When? Can you come to the park tomorrow afternoon? Of course. The next day, Elena and Sophia went to the park. Marcus was already there, excited and nervous. When Sophia saw him, she stopped. Hello, Mr. Marcus. Hello, Sophia, but now you can just call me Marcus. Sophia smiled. Okay, Marcus. Elena sat a little distance away, watching them. Marcus and Sophia were walking in the park. Sophia, I just learned that I'm your father, Marcus said. Mom told me. Why did you leave? Marcus decided to be honest, because I was scared. I was very young and not ready. Are you ready now? Yes, very ready. Sophia thought, I don't know if I'm angry at you. You can be angry. That's normal. Mom had a very hard time. I know. That's my fault. Sophia looked at Marcus. But you're a good teacher. Thank you. And you taught me math. Yes. Maybe you could be a good father too. Marcus's eyes filled with tears. I want that very much. But it has to be slow. Mom says so too. Of course, as slow as you want. From that day on, Marcus started spending a few hours with Sophia every weekend. At first, Elena was with them too. Then she started trusting Marcus and Sophia. Months passed. Sophia began to accept Marcus as a father. Marcus also, while not being a perfect father, was trying to learn. One day, Sophia asked Elena, Mom, will you and Marcus be together again? Elena was surprised. Why do you think that? Because you look good together, and I want to have a normal family. Elena hugged Sophia. Sweetie, we're already a normal family. The shape of the family doesn't matter. Love matters. But still, could it maybe happen? Elena thought about Marcus. He had changed a lot in recent months. He was responsible, reliable, and truly loved Sophia. I don't know, sweetie. Time will tell. That evening, Marcus made an offer to Elena. Elena, can we have dinner together? Just the two of us. Elena hesitated. Marcus, this is just for Sophia, right? It started that way, but now I miss you too. Elena felt her heart racing. Marcus? I know, I did a lot to you. But I've changed, Elena. I really have changed, Elena thought. One dinner, nothing more. Agreed. At dinner, Elena saw that Marcus had really changed. He was no longer a young man ready to run away, but a mature and responsible man. Let's talk about Sophia, Elena said. Of course. She's a wonderful child. She looks like you. She looks like you too. She has the same curiosity. Marcus smiled. I'm proud of her. You're starting to become a good father. Do you really think so? Yes. You started late, but you're doing well. Marcus looked at Elena. What about you? Can you forgive me? Elena thought for a long time. Not completely, but I'm starting to understand. That's enough. For now. Months later, Elena, Marcus, and Sophia had started to become a real family. Marcus came every weekend, spent time with Sophia, and helped Elena too. A year later, Marcus asked Elena an important question. Elena, will you marry me? Elena was surprised. Marcus, this is very sudden. No, it's not. I've been thinking about it for a year. I love you. I love Sophia. I want us to be a real family. Elena hesitated. I don't know. Why? Because I'm still scared. What if you leave again? Marcus took Elena's hands. I'm not leaving, Elena. I'll never leave. I need you both. Elena looked into Marcus's eyes. She saw sincerity. What will Sophia say? Let's ask her. That evening, Marcus asked Sophia, Sophia, if your mom and I got married, what would you think? Sophia's face lit up. Really? Will I have a real family? If your mom agrees, yes. Sophia ran to Elena. Mom, please, marry Marcus. Elena smiled. If you want it, I want it so much. Elena looked at Marcus. Then, yes. Marcus hugged Elena. Sophia hugged them both too. We're the best family, Sophia shouted. Their wedding was small, just close friends and family. Sophia was Elena's maid of honor. Marcus's father had passed away, but his mother came and loved Elena very much. You've changed Marcus so much, Marcus's mother said to Elena. He's a responsible man now. He changed himself, Elena said. I just gave him a chance. After the wedding, the three of them moved to a new house together. Sophia had her own room and Marcus and Elena had a shared room. Marcus continued his job at school but was no longer Sophia's teacher. He had moved to another class to avoid conflict. A year later, Elena became pregnant. Sophia was very excited. Will I have a sibling, really? Yes, sweetie, Elena said. Boy or girl? We don't know yet. Sophia hugged Marcus. You'll be a real father, right? To this baby? Marcus smiled. I'm already your real father. But yes, I'll be this baby's father too. 9 months later, Elena's son was born. They named him Michael. Sophia was determined to be the best big sister. I'll always take care of him, she said while holding Michael. He's my little brother. Marcus was very emotional watching Elena. You're a perfect mother, he said. You're a perfect father too, for both children. Marcus hugged Sophia. You know, when I first saw you, I felt that you were my daughter. Really? Yes, but I didn't understand why at the time. Do you understand now? Yes, because you're a part of me. Elena smiled watching them. Life had brought them together in a strange way. 8 years later, but ultimately at the right time, because sometimes the most beautiful stories begin in the most unexpected ways. With a parent-teacher conference, with shocked looks, and with secrets hidden in the depths of the heart. And sometimes people deserve second chances, especially when love is involved. Elena, Marcus, and Sophia's story had begun this way, with a secret, a coincidence, and a very big forgiveness. And now with Michael, they were a perfect family, because family didn't mean being perfect. Family meant loving each other, learning from mistakes, and always giving second chances. And Marcus had proven to Elena one last time, sometimes people really do change. Sometimes love triumphs over time and mistakes, and sometimes the most beautiful families are born from the most complex beginnings. Years later, when Sophia grew up, she would always tell her friends, my father was both my teacher and a stranger, but now he's the best father in the world. And these were the most beautiful words Marcus could hear, because being a father wasn't achieved just through biological connection, but through love, patience, and being there every day. Marcus would always tell Sophia, you were the most beautiful surprise of my life, and it was worth waiting 8 years to meet you. Because sometimes life presents people with their most precious gifts in the most unexpected ways. At a parent-teacher conference, in a classroom with secrets hidden in the heart. And Elena, she would always think, maybe everything happened as it was supposed to. Because if Marcus had stayed 8 years ago, Sophia might not have become such a strong child, and Marcus might not have become such a good father. Life sometimes causes pain, sometimes prepares the most beautiful surprises. Elena's family had experienced both and finally found happiness, because true love waits. True family is built with patience, and true happiness comes after the most difficult tests. Marcus, Elena, and Sophia's story was like this, a story that began with a parent-teacher conference, continued with love, and would last forever.